The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. That is, the new way of looking at the planet Earth has brought upon the people an era of responsibility, an age of responsibility. It is a holistic view. It is a view which includes everything, a broad view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a disassociated collection of parts. So, according to this view, all the creatures, all the living things, everything that is there on this planet is closely connected. They are not separate parts, they are closely connected and all have their own significance. Industry has a most crucial role to play in this new era of responsibility. What a transformation would be effected if businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont, Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, who 5 years ago declared who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He said, "Our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance." Now, the author says that industries play a very critical, a very important role where environment is concerned, and in this era of responsibility particularly, and what a transformation it would be if the businessmen, they became like chairman of DuPont company, Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, who became the chief environmental officer himself. So by becoming chief environmental officer, he must have taken steps to see that the manufacturing of whatever he did was not adversely affecting the environment. So, when a manufacturer is manufacturing something, he should see to it that the waste products or whatever waste is being generated in the process should not degrade the environment. Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed so decisively into the current coin of English usage as her felicitous words, "No generation has a free hold on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease." In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children. Now, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, the then Prime Minister of England, must have made many statements regarding many matters, but she very decisively used these suitable words to describe the responsibility of the people. She said, "No generation has a freehold on this earth." Freehold means something that you own for unlimited time. All we have is a life tenancy. We have a life tenancy. Tenancy is the right to live or work in a rented place with a full repairing lease. And we have a lease. Lease here is for the period of time. We have a lease of full repairing it. That is, we should use the resources, but as far as possible, try to replenish it. Like if forests are cut, new forests should be grown so that the lost forests are replaced. In the words of Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. Now, Mr. Lester Brown, he said that we have not inherited this earth. This earth does not belong to us. It is not our property like inheritance is. We have not inherited it. We have borrowed it from our future, from our children. That is, it is something which belongs to our children. and we have only borrowed it from them. So we have to give it back to them in the best possible way. So we have to be very judicious, very economical, and very reasonable while exploiting the natural resources. We should take full care that the resources are not wasted, they are not exploited more than what mankind needs. They should be exploited only for our needs, not for our greed, so that these resources can be handed over to our children, that is, our successors.